Howdy, cowpoke, and welcome back to Villain Review, episode 110. Today, we're going to be looking at Micah Bell from that fantastic game, if I do say so myself, Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to give a big shout out to Bluestone for suggesting Micah and for everyone who voted for him on the poll. Is he... Alright, that's better. Is he a good villain? Let's find out.
Micah. Gentlemen.
In the Vanderland gang, you got tons of crazy characters. You got Dutch, a couple of farm animals, Lenny, Bill, Jack. There's tons of people in this gang. That being said, we don't really have a whole lot of time to dive deep into the origins of everybody, but we still get some stuff from Micah. Born in the year 1860 to an outlaw Micah Jr., Micah III was always involved in a life of crime, killing for the first time at the age of 17. When Micah was young, everything was going great, besides the whole murder and outlaw thing. Yeah, everything was going great. But then one day his brother would say, "Crime is whack, and you are whack. I'm a good boy now, and if I ever see you again, ho boy, I'm clicking my right trigger so fast." Micah would then go on a few jobs that weren't so successful, and he'd also, kill a few more people along the way. After this, Micah would find himself in the city of Crenshaw Hills, where he'd finally meet Dutch.
"Excuse me, are you gentlemen interested in buying some gold?"
"Gold? What the f*** you, man? Pew, pew, pew."
"Hey, I'm Micah."
"Pew, pew, pew."
"You're my hero."
And with that, Micah would join the Vanderland gang. So there's his origin. But what's his motive, you ask? Well, it's pretty simple. Survive. Micah makes it very clear throughout the story that his main goal is to just survive. He's the kind of person that will always try to be on the winning side and just switch whenever the tide seems to be turning. Honestly, we all know Micah went from being a Warriors fan to a Nets fan, if we're being real. In his eyes, you have winners and losers, those who live and those who die, and boy oh boy, is he aiming to win. I think the origin we get from Micah serves its purpose of setting up the kind of person he is. We learn that crime has just always been sort of a way of life to him, and that nothing caused him to be a jerk. It's kind of just how he was raised. I think the motive is fair too, because while it's not super deep, it makes sense, and more importantly, it's realistic. He doesn't need a big reason for betraying the gang. He's just selfish and does what helps him. And let's be real, we all know people like that. It fits the story well, and it's a nice reminder that a simple motive can still be good.
Probably. That funny, huh? Sure.
Sometimes I say to myself, hey, Micah ain't that bad, In fact, he has some moments where he's actually kind of cool. But then he has some other moments where I say to myself, Micah is the worst character to ever exist of all screens. TV screens, movie screens, the little thing on your fridge, all the screens to ever exist, he's the worst. The reason I dislike Micah, though, is not because of the kind of character he is, but rather the stuff he does. There are some characters who I hate because they're annoying and aggravating, but other characters might be unlikable because that's how they're written. We're not supposed to find Micah likable. Even his own actor, Peter Blomquist, even he didn't find him likable after finishing the game.
When I was on the controller and got up on that hill, I was just like, you. It was just like that.
That's how I felt when I played the game.
Ignoring the fact that, the last time I shed tears in the game were due to Micah's actions, he actually has some charm for some early parts in the game. Before the gang starts falling apart, Micah does stand out among the characters in this game, and that's saying something because they're all really good. Going into the game, we already knew our classic characters like John and Dutch and Bill, but somehow it's Arthur and Micah who are the standouts in this game. The fact that more people have suggested Micah for a villain review over Dutch, I think that just further proves this point. Micah stands out because of his do-whatever-it-takes personality and the fact that he seems to be the member of the group who's least likely to hesitate when doing something wrong.
"Alright, everybody, here's how we're gonna rob this train. I have a plan." "Damn it, Dutch, you always got a damn plan." "This one is real, Arthur. You see, one last score before Tahiti. Now, it's important we play this slowly. The train is full of nothing but elders and orphans, and we don't want them to get hurt."
"Alright, that's enough talk. Micah Bell!"
"Hello, young man." "Hi, I'm an orphan."
"Hello,
I'm an old man, but I'm also an orphan.
Damn it, Dutch.
Hey, what are you gonna do? I think that Peter Blomquist is a huge part of the reason Micah is such a memorable character. The performance is awesome, and for a man with only 6 acting roles under his IMDb page, that's super impressive. He plays Micah as the chaotic character we all know, but that's not all he is. He's chaotic, sure, but he has some more calm moments too. When it comes to the whole ending of the game, I think it just shows that that's the reason Micah is a villain. It's because he's just incredibly selfish. He's only loyal to himself, and he doesn't care who he has to take down with him to make that happen. I don't think he does it on purpose to screw over people, but I think he's just the embodiment of that boyfriend meme, the one where it's turn around. He cares about the gang and the people he's with until it starts to look like maybe the group's not going to keep him safe. He's unlikable, he's a jerk, and he's everything Rockstar made him to be.
I got you now, Black Lung. You rat. I'm a survivor, Black Lung. A survivor. That's all there is. Living and dying.
Red Dead 2 is a long game. If I were to ask for the best Arthur Morgan scenes, it would be easy, right? If I were to ask for your favorite Mr. Marston scenes, you'd of course say that's super easy too. If I were to ask for, I don't know, your favorite Eagle Flies scenes though, probably not so easy. With so many characters, it's hard to have memorable moments for every single one. Some might even say it's impossible. And that is what makes this game so special. Despite being dozens of characters in this nearly 50-hour story, it's honestly not that hard to think of memorable moments for Micah. Rescuing him from the prison serves as an early game highlight, and as the game goes on, Micah just gets better and better. However, the best moment for Micah is also the worst moment of my entire life, because even thinking about it makes me a little sad. When I saw I was reviewing Micah this week, I said to myself, wow, what a cool villain. It's kind of a jerk move though when he kills Arthur. But after watching the ending again, I was a mess. And I was instantly reminded of how much I like this game. The whole ending sequence of this game is fantastic. It's one of my favorite in all of gaming. And I even hired Peter Blomquist off of Cameo to further justify my love for it.
Favorite scene or scenes? Micah scenes. Alright, you crazy SOB. Let's see here. Come on. I liked so many of them, and also it was a long time ago. I can't remember every single one. The one that always comes to my mind is, of course, the final scene with Micah and Arthur. The fight sequence, which was great fun, actually, to do. It was very physical because we were doing full performance capture. So we are doing a lot of those fights and tumbling around and crawling around ourselves. So that was super fun to do. Took a lot of physical work and energy, but it was great. And it was great to finally, to realize at the end that Micah was the true hero of the game, as I'm sure everyone, that you and all of your followers would agree with, that Micah is actually the hero of RDR2. No doubt about it. Right, buddy? Right, Jay? You know.
The scene is full of so much emotion as we get this epic conclusion to Arthur Morgan as a character. We love Arthur, of course, but this scene only works because we hate Micah so much. The final clash between the two characters, it's as cinematic as any scene out there, and if you haven't seen it in a while, you should, because it's awesome.
It ain't skinny, Micah, it's Norman.
You always was a letdown, you fat sack of crap. Excuse me a minute, Arthur. Hello, Maddie. Did you miss me?
Continuing my thought, yeah, this guy for screwing over John and Arthur and the whole gang because we could have had something special and something real, but no, you're playing. Because of his intense self-interest and lack of giving a fuck, Mike is one of the least likable characters I've seen in gaming. It makes him a great villain, but damn do we hate him. All throughout the game, not only does Micah torment Arthur and all the other members of the group, but he's that little devil sitting on Dutch's shoulder, turning him to the dark side. He pushes Dutch in a direction where he starts to care less about the lives of his family and more about the money and survival. In general, it's Micah that causes the whole downfall of the gang, And without the downfall of the gang, I wouldn't have to be traumatized by this scene as a kid. He does so much evil in this game, and he screws with us and with my heart, and he's all the better villain for it.
Without John, she's just bait. Got a bunch of money, Dutch. She's just a girl. They won't do nothing to her. But me and the boys know. We need to keep riding on this one, Dutch. You know it. Every man here knows it.
Micah Bell is a character who we're all going to remember for a long time. The writing is so strong in this game, and Micah is no exception. He's an interesting character who is as villainous as they come. That being said, whenever I replay this game, I always find myself enjoying my time with Micah, despite all the evil he does. He's just interesting. He's memorable, he's crazy, he's evil, and most importantly, he's a good villain. I'm going to give Micah Bell an 8.5.
It all makes sense now.
No, it damn well doesn't.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe because I make a new villain review every single Monday. That's right. Let me know what you think of Micah in the comments and who I should review next.
Thanks again for watching, Cowpoke, and I'll see you next time. Yeehaw.
Hope you have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Over and out, Cowpoke.